Hi, this is Randy. I don't even know where to look. I have never done this. I think I'm looking into the camera right now, but it seems really weird because I'm doing this off of an iPad and the camera's not in the middle of the screen, it's on the side. So I don't know if this is happening or not, but let's give it a try. So today I wanted to do a video about the collapsed narcissist, aka the decompensating narcissist or the decompensated narcissist. Now, the triggers for decompensation or the collapse of the narcissistic personality seem to be triggered by one of three things, or all of the above: midlife crisis, divorce or separation from their main source of supply, in other words, their island of stability, that's us, and or exposure, being exposed. So all of those three things actually occurred at the same time with my narcissist. So he was going through a midlife crisis. His behavior caused me to separate and divorce, cutting him off from his main supply. And then I exposed him. So he deteriorated. And once they deteriorate, collapse, or decompensate, one of two things happens. First of all, they all go into a narcissistic tailspin, and it will look psychotic. And they will scramble to recycle at that time any former supply or find new adequate supply to meet their new and ever-changing needs, whatever their needs are at the time. Their new supply may look totally different or be totally different than that island of stability that you were. So if they're successful in finding new supply or recycling former supply, then they will appear to recover from their severe narcissistic injury caused by the crisis, the divorce, and the exposure. They recover with new supply, but they don't make a full recovery because, as we know, narcissists get worse with age. And as time goes on, they are going to become naturally more paranoid, having experienced this serious, life-changing narcissistic injury. So as they become more and more paranoid, they worry and get anxious that their new supply will leave them, expose them, and it's all due to an intensified midlife crisis, because they worry that they may never be able to secure the right kind of supply that they need or want. And they've been so boastful and grandiose in the past that the grandiosity gap is really showing itself to them. It's undeniable at this point as they age. They'll try to get their kids back together to get supply. They will hopefully, for them, they want grandchildren around them so they can get supply from grandchildren. But some narcissists are not successful in securing any more supply. They may have gone through this cycle of having collapsed or decompensated and then regained or recovered to a certain extent, and then it happens again and again. And once they get to a certain age, they may lose all their supply. And when that happens, they kind of permanently collapse. And so why is being alone such a trigger? Why is losing supply a thing that causes their whole personality to collapse? Why can't the narcissist be alone? Well, I think it's because they feel they'll just disappear without anyone to project on. And they need to share their grandiose delusions with someone, or else they're going to kind of go mad. They may end up talking to themselves. They will get more immersed into their addictions if you leave them alone, if everyone leaves them alone. And so this only happens to some people because some people die and they are never really left alone. They still have plenty of different supply hanging around them. So the way I found out about this word collapsed narcissist, when I had been calling it decompensating, is through Scott's channel of Understanding Narcissists. So a commenter had noticed that he or she knew someone who had collapsed, and that person observed that the narcissist who was collapsed began to manifest signs or symptoms of a schizoid personality disorder. So as they isolated from people and lost all supply, they became more schizy looking, and schizy is not a clinical term, but there is schizoid personality disorder and schizotypal personality disorders in the DSM-4 as the one I have here right now. I don't have the 5, but I'm just going to read some of the symptoms of both of those. And so this is a theory, it's a possibility, and it's been observed that if the narcissist totally decompensates, becomes their personality collapses, they go off and isolate alone, and then here's what they might show. Schizoid personality disorder. Neither desires nor enjoys close relationships, including being part of a family. Almost always chooses solitary activities. Has little, if any, interest in having sexual experiences with another person. Takes pleasure in few, if any, activities. Lacks close friends or confidants, other than first-degree relatives. Appears indifferent to the praise or criticism of others, and shows emotional coldness, detachment, or flattened affectivity. Okay, and now I am going to read schizotypal personality disorder. There's much more to read about these disorders. I'm just reading the symptoms. Okay, schizotypal personality, ideas of reference. You can look that up if you don't understand it. Odd beliefs or magical thinking that influences behavior and is inconsistent with subcultural norms like superstitions, belief in clairvoyance, telepathy, or sixth sense. I do that, so maybe I'm schizotypal. Bizarre fantasies or preoccupations, unusual perceptual experiences, including bodily illusions, odd thinking and speech, vague or circumstantial speech, metaphorical speech, over-elaborating and stereotyped speech, suspiciousness or paranoid ideation, inappropriate or constricted affect, behavior or appearance that is odd, eccentric, or peculiar, lack of close friends or confidants other than first-degree relatives, excessive social anxiety that does not diminish with familiarity and tends to be associated with paranoid fears rather than negative judgments about self. So I can totally see this happening with an older narcissist who's totally run out of supply and alienated everyone. They don't have their looks anymore, and they may, if they don't have money, and even if they do, you know, it's not very satisfying to be buying your friends or buying your sex. It's kind of better if, like, people come up of their own free will without bribing them, right? So to hear more about this Collapsed or Decompensating Narcissist. There's a great article by Jessica Endsley, Endsley, and I'll put the link under this video. And it's on the website called ownshrink.com. And then you can also listen to some of my previous YouTube videos, and Serena Nightshades as well, and by putting in the word decompensated narcissist or decompensating narcissist. Also, Daylight Out of Darkness has mentioned this phenomenon of the narcissist unraveling, and you could put in maybe the word unravel or unraveling for Daylight Out of Darkness and watch some of her videos. And then, of course, Sam Vaknin has some information about this in his book and a couple videos. There's one called The Aging Narcissist, and there's one that's about the narcissist in midlife. So this is a very interesting topic to me. I wish more was known about it, but I thought it was cool that I was able to pick up on a comment made on Scott's channel by one of the viewers, and they called it another name, Collapsed. Okay, well, thanks for listening, and have a great day.